Hello everyone, my name is Dan Monroe, and this is my review of the Brian Lalonde Custom Indiana Jones Fedora in pure Portuguese beaver. For those of you who know me, I am a longtime collector of movie props and memorabilia, including Halloween, Star Wars, Lost in Space, and of course, Indiana Jones. When I was 9, I went to see Raiders of the Lost Ark, but even at 9, I knew, man, I loved that hat. I used to take any hat I could find and throw it on at 9 years old and go out in the woods and play Indiana Jones. It was just something that I had a passion for and continue to have a passion for. I loved my fedoras so much that my senior high school yearbook photo, I wore a fedora. Thus, adolescence turned to adulthood, and my quest for not the perfect hat, but my perfect hat began. Over the years, I've pretty much had everything from the cheap authorized versions. I used to get Australian style hats because I thought that they kind of used to look like that. I did have several coil hats, the coil downtowner, the coil uptowner, and they were great. Didn't hold up too well in the sun or the weather. They would taper quite a bit, but I did like them. They were great for what I had at the time. At one point I had a Garrison hat, which I'm sure is a great hat, just didn't particularly fit me all that well. About 2.5 years ago, I picked up my first Akubra hat, the Akubra Federation 4 Deluxe. Felt hat, really well built from Australia, and because I put it through the ringer quite a bit, it didn't withhold its shape too well, but I still have it. It's a well-made hat. I did enjoy that hat for quite a long time. While in London recently, I had a chance to visit Herbert Johnson, the maker of the original Raiders hat, the poet. Got a chance to try some of those on. Fantastic hats, really nice. I really liked the hat a lot. But again, after US conversion, you're talking over $1,000. But I was still searching for that one hat that was really just me. Enter Brian Lalonde. Now, I first came in contact with Brian about 1.5 years ago, and I did some of his graphics for some of his screen-capped pages on Facebook, and we became fast friends. And finally, about 6 months ago, I contacted Brian, and I said, all right, here's the deal. I need a fedora. You're the guy. The first issue is, even though you can't tell because I'm sitting down, I am 6 foot 9 inches tall. So therefore I have a bigger frame. I have a bigger head. The biggest problem I had ordering off-the-shelf hats like my Akubra here was that even though it's a fantastic hat, me being a taller guy with a larger frame, the hat never quite looked right on me. It didn't look like the crown was tall enough, the brim was not wide enough for me personally. So I sent Brian a very specific email saying, hey dude, this is my problem. I need a hat. I need you to make me a hat with a much taller crown, bigger than the standard 5 inches, with a much wider brim, at least 1/4 inch all the way around. And about 3 weeks ago, Christmas, it arrived. My Brian Lalonde fedora in pure Portuguese beaver. Now, he did send this to me completely unbashed, and I asked him to do that, which he will do. He will bash it masterfully to any movie or any scene that you wish, but I wanted to bash it myself. So I ordered an unbashed hat. And when I wear the hat, and I put the hat on, for somebody of my size, it immediately looks better. It has a very tall crown. Much wider in the brim. He created the brim wider specifically for me. It's an absolutely brilliant piece. Extremely well made. Extremely comfortable to wear. I put in a very, very slight turn on it. Not much. Not as much as you would consider the Raiders turn, but a very, very, very slight one. I've had this thing out in the sun, out in the rain, but being pure Portuguese beaver, boy, let me tell you, this thing is quality. This thing really stands up. The felt is extremely soft, a little bit rigid, which is great, but very, very smooth, very silky, very soft. The band is absolutely outstanding. The ribbon is fantastic. Comes with just a simple plain white liner on the inside. Sorry, Brian, I know it took a while, but I really wanted to take some time to get to know this hat before I posted a review. If anybody's looking for a real top-notch quality Indiana Jones fedora, Brian Lalonde, he's the man. His price point is fantastic. The quality is fantastic, and he'll work with you. If you need something specific done, you just tell him what you need, and he will do everything he possibly can to make it the absolute perfect fedora for you. He has a little bit of a waiting list, but you know what? That's not a bad thing. A waiting list simply means that people really want that product. And like I said, it's an amazing product. So once again, thanks for your time. I hope you enjoyed this review and video of the Brian Lalonde Indiana Jones Fedora in pure Portuguese beaver. I'm Dan. We'll see you next time.